how to create an e-commerce website that has all features such as this one. This is the project we are going to work on. A very elegant homepage, as you can see here, advertising some products that have been featured. And these products have been categorized into various sections or groups, as you can see all of them here. A typical example of a men's fashion store. And with this knowledge, you'll be able to create any type of e-commerce website at all. This has deals of the day where product prices have been reduced to certain amounts. Top rated products and new arrivals or new products are also featured here. Certain categories. Then there is flash sales, which is also included to make visitors take action within the shortest possible time. Customers can easily browse the website, and once they hover over an item, they can add the item to cart and view the cart so that they can check out. Or they can take a look at the whole product with its description. And if there are reviews about the product, they can see all those reviews here. It means also that this can also afford others who have purchased the product the opportunity to review the item that they have bought. Assign some star ratings according to how they liked the product or otherwise, and give feedback. They also have related products. With this product, we can add descriptions to the product so that it fully describes what the product is and what the features are. Customers can choose to increase the quantity of products they are buying. Then they can easily add to cart. They can now view the cart and remove some which probably must have been mistakenly added. And once they are certain, they'll be able to proceed to checkout. They can equally enter promo codes if there are any that the store owner has provided. They can choose a shipping method. This also means that the store owner will be able to add various shipping methods, as you are going to see in this tutorial, whether free shipping or flat rates or any type of shipping method at all. Then they can proceed and check out. They'll provide their billing details and choose a payment method. This also means that we are going to go through how to add various payment methods so that you'll be able to collect payments online or offline. And the customer can choose a preferred payment method such as cash on delivery. Then, seeing the total, they will now be able to accept the terms and conditions and place their order. That is after they have entered their details here. And once they place their order, the store owner gets notified that this order has been placed. Every detail about the order that has been placed will be sent to the email of the store owner, as well as the dashboard. Aside the email, the store owner can easily go to the dashboard and see the orders that have been placed. Then he will be able to process the orders with just a simple click. Customers will also be notified in their email according to the status of their order, whether it is under review, it has been shipped, or whatever the status of the order is. And they can easily track their order. Entering their order ID that has been sent to them to their email, they can easily click on track order and see the status of their order. They can easily go to their account section and they'll be able to see all their recent orders and details pertaining to their account. They can add items to their wish list so that they can later take a look at these items and probably buy them. To create any website, we need two things. 1, domain name, and 2, hosting. Domain name is just the website's name, the name of our website. And hosting is the space the website occupies on the internet. So let's start with the hosting of the website. To get hosting for your website, check the description of this video and click on the link under Get Hosting. You'll be taken to this website. This hosting company is called Cloudways, and it hosts your website and make it load faster. So at this place, click on Get Started Free. Sign up with your details. I would best describe myself as, so you can choose any of these. Agree to terms of service. Click on Start Free. To continue, we have to verify our account. So click on Verify Account. Enter your phone number. Click on Send SMS. An activation code will be sent to your phone. Enter that code here. Click on verify. An email verification code will be sent to your email. You follow through to activate your account. So check your inbox for a message like this asking you to activate your Cloudways account. Click on activate account. Now verification process is complete and you see this message, account verified successfully. Now we've been redirected to create a server. So these are server options that you can choose from. You can decrease the size of the RAM by dragging to 1 GB. Select a WordPress version to install WordPress. Name your application, the name of this website. So it can be anything, such as my website. The name of your server and the name of project. Click on launch now. Wait for a few minutes for the process to be complete. So as you can see here, our server has been successfully created and WordPress has also been successfully installed. Let's now go to applications. And this is our WordPress website. Click on it. The next step is to log in to our website. So here are the login details to log in. You have the admin URL, the username that you provided, the email address, and then a chosen password for you. So click on this. You'll be taken to the dashboard login area where you can log into your website. Back to the Cloudways platform. Click on the username to get it copied. Paste it in the username area. Click on the password and do the same. Paste it in the password section. Click on login. Now that you have logged in into the website, this area is the admin dashboard. This is the area that we will use to manage the website. So to get started with creating our website, the first step is to install a theme. So a WordPress theme is what defines the appearance of the website. So we are going to install a theme, an online store theme, and this is my downloaded file. So check the description of this video and you find the link to download this theme. Now, after you finish downloading the theme, you extract the file. So right click and then extract the files. If you get an error message that the path is too long, what you can just do is to cancel the process. Then rename it to anything because the file name is too long. You can now proceed with the extraction. Extract all. So after extraction, you have to extract further. Right click and extract further. After the second extraction, you have the theme folder here. If you open it, you see various folders and files. What we are going to upload is inside the theme files. So open the theme files folder. You see two main zip files here. We have Toco and Toco Child. We are going to use the first one, that's the main theme, and this is the child theme. So we are going to install the first one. So you can just drag and drop it on the desktop so that you can have easy access to it. This is the name of it so that it will be easier to locate when we want to do the uploading. So let's go to our dashboard, go to appearance and click on themes. We are going to add a new theme. So you can use this add new button here or the one below here. Click on it, then go to upload theme. Then you browse for the file. This is the one you are looking for. You double click on it to upload. The next thing to do is to click on install now and wait patiently till the installation is complete. The next thing to do is to activate the theme so that it becomes the current one. So you click on activate. So you can see that the active theme is the one that we just installed and activated. Yes, so what we are going to do now is to start installing plugins. And you have that notice here. You just have to click on this, begin installing plugins. command the installation of all of these at the same time. So we click on this checkbox here to check all of the others. Then we go to bulk actions up here, click on that and go to install. Then click on apply and wait for a couple of seconds to have the plugins fully installed. At this point, we've had all our plugins installed successfully. So the next thing to do is to activate the plugins. We go back to the plugins installer by clicking on return to plugins installer. So select all of them, click on bulk actions, then activate. Click on apply to make all the plugins fully functional and wait for the activation process to complete. Now the plugins have been installed and they have been activated. So let's return to the dashboard by clicking on this return to dashboard, or better still the one here. Any of them will send us to the dashboard. And of course we are still on the dashboard. But this process has refreshed the whole dashboard because all the plugins have been activated and they are showing in the dashboard. They can now function and make the website work successfully. So the next thing we have to do is to install demo data. If we move to the right and go to our website and we refresh the website, either by clicking on the refresh or the reload icon or pressing on F5 if you are using Firefox browser, you see that the website has changed slightly, but this is not exactly what you are looking for. So what we have to do is to install demo data. So let's go back to the dashboard and we go to appearance and then we click on import demo data. So this importation process will help us to make our website look exactly like how we expect it to be, after which we customize it to suit our needs. Then we are good to go. So we have two page builders here. In fact, they are all working in the theme, but we have to just choose one of them. So just click on the first one, click on import. Then also give confirmation to that. Yes, so you click on yes, import. So this may take a couple of minutes, so you patiently wait for the demo imports process to complete, so you see that the demo import has finished. So now that we've finished importing the demo data, let's go back to our website to see the changes made. So we can go to our website and refresh it, or enter our website address once again, and we see this amazing online store created for us. So this is what we have done so far. And what we have to do is now to customize this website, this online store. We have to add categories to it. Then we also have to add items or products and their prices. So we see that here we have various categories of the products that we are going to sell online. So we have women's clothing, men's clothing, and a whole lot. And under each category we have other subcategories that we can use. Now, depending on the kind of store that you are creating, you may want to change all these categories and replace them with your own categories. And so we are going to do that. So first things first, before we get started to changing the categories and adding our products and all that, we have to first configure some settings. And if we go back to our dashboard, this particular plugin that you see here, Woocommerce. This Woocommerce plugin is actually the plugin that turns our website into an online store. So we have to configure it and set up the whole store with our settings. You go to dashboard, you see run the setup is located here. Or we can equally go to the Woocommerce settings and do it there. That is Woocommerce here. Then we go to settings and do it. So each of these approaches can work. So we go to run setup wizard. Yes. So we are going to provide the address of our store. So provide your details. Choose your country. In this case, I'm choosing Ghana. So country and region. Provide the city name and postcode. And there's a checkbox here. If you are setting up this store for someone else, you can check this box. If not, then you just proceed. Continue. In which industry does the store operate? You check the one that is your industry in which you want to sell your products. You can choose more than one. And then you continue. What types of products will be listed? So the first obviously is physical products. Would you provide downloads as products for sale? You may want to check or otherwise. If you check all these and you think you use them, these are add-ons you will have to pay. So maybe we can skip these. And of course, because our focus is on physical products, we just select this and probably add this one and we just click on continue. How many products do you plan to display? So let's choose the highest number possible because the store will grow eventually. Are we currently selling somewhere else so that we want to probably import our products to Woocommerce? Because we are starting everything from scratch, we may want to choose no. We may want to disable these options here and continue. Click on continue with active theme. So there is a notice here whether we want to enhance our store with a plugin known as Jetpack. It really has a lot of cool features. So the moment we agree to it, it will be installed. So we may want to accept this. If later we realize we may not need the functions of Jetpack, we can just deactivate that plugin. This theme comes with several home pages. So there are different home page styles that you can choose from. And since we can't use all these home pages at the same time, it is appropriate that we select which one we will be using so that we work on that. And as we update the website, we check the home page in real time to see the changes that have been effected and what remains to be done, so that we can track our progress. So let's go to pages and explore the pages there so that having looked at each of them, we will be in the best position to choose which one we want to use and select that one. So you go to pages. So we have several pages here, about 23 pages available. We have home version 1, then home version 1 Elementor. So let me explain briefly what these are. So Elementor is a page builder, and this theme also comes with another page builder. So we have two page builders here, and it is up to you and I to select which page builder we would like to use for the website project. And I will highly recommend we use Elementor because of how flexible it is and its ease of use, and how you can easily use drag and drop to visually edit the website. So I prefer we use Elementor. So in this case, we have, for example, the active home page is home version 3. So you can see that we cannot edit this with Elementor because the Elementor version is the one down here, home version 3 Elementor. And so let's go through each of those that we can easily edit with Elementor so that we can now select which one is fitting to our eyes or to our requirements that we want to use. So let's start from home version 1. So we have home version 1 Elementor. So let's go to view. We are going to view each of these and see which one we want to use. So you can right click and select open in new tab. The next to open is home version 2 Elementor, then home version 3, version 4, then finally version 5. So we go to view in a new tab. So let's take a look at these one after another and see which one we can settle for. So this is the layout of the home version 1. It has a slider here where you can slide different images or different banners showing your deals in a very beautiful way. So this is how this one looks like, home version 1. Version 2 is here. Version 2 also has a navigation menu up here, a sliding section down here, and all the other ones are just the same as before. Home version 3. So you can take a look at that one too. Home version 4 is equally here. So you will realize that the headers are also different. For example, this one has a white background for the header, while this one has a green background for the header. This is home version 4. Then finally, this is home version 5. So I'm sure by now you have determined which home page you want to use. In my case, I have selected home version 3. This is the one that I prefer to use. I particularly like how there is a vertical menu here listing the categories of the products. It's very easy for someone to find what they are looking for. Apart from using the search area here, they can easily browse the categories here as well. So having determined that I'll use home version 3 Elementor, I'll now go back to my dashboard and make this the default home page, so that whenever I enter my website address, that will be the default page to open. So let's go to settings and click on reading. And here we have this setting that our home page should display a static page. So we have to select which static page our home page should show. So we click on the drop down here, and the default one is home version 3, but the one that I have determined to use is home version 3 Elementor. Then I click on save changes. So now that I've selected my default home page, I can proceed with the addition of the product categories. So for product categories, how do you do it? You go to products here and you see categories here. You select that, you click on categories. We have a product category already existing that came along with the theme. It's very likely that we don't want this category. We want to set our own category. So in that case, select all categories and then delete them from the system so that we add our own. Bulk actions, delete, then click on apply. We have to do it again to get rid of the rest. How do we add product categories to our website? In the first place, the categories will really form an integral part of the website, because every single product will belong to one category or more. So all the products on the website will be classified under these categories, so that it gives the customers an easy way around the website. They can seamlessly find products they are looking for, and to give them ultimately a very good browsing experience or user experience, things have to be very much organized. So how do you know how to add the categories or which categories to add? It is very important and better when you narrow down to a section of the market. So you don't want to sell every product. There are already some big brands out there who are selling almost every product. So you don't want to needlessly compete with these companies. So for you to be found, or for you to compete very well, as it were, you have to find a relatively small but profitable section of the market, so that you'll be able to stand out. People can identify you because you are in a particular category of products. For instance, instead of you selling everything, you can easily sell only men's clothing. And what that will mean is that whenever it comes to people's mind to buy men's clothing, you are the one who comes to their minds. So you can sell only men's clothing, in which case these will be your categories: jackets and coats, jeans, jumpers and cardigans, pajamas, shirts, shorts, and all of those that are here. And even if you want to further narrow your market, you may want to choose just a particular category among all these. Let's say that you want to sell just jackets and coats, and you'll be known for that. So if that is what you are doing, then you know which categories will come under such a particular one. So you have to sit down and write these categories. You want to sell only men's footwear, in which case you have these categories: boots, canvas, loafers, sandals, shoes, and all that. Better still, you may want to sell just a particular category under these. Maybe you want to sell sneakers alone. Then you would know which subcategories will come under that. Or better still, you want to sell men's accessories, men's bags, belts, and all that. Or you may choose to sell just one. As said before, you may want to sell only watches, so that when we are talking about watches, an online store that sells watches, you are the one we are likely to turn to. It is clear at this point that you know which categories to use on the website. So having determined your products and the categories that your products comes with, you come to your dashboard and add these products categories. So for example, my own is men's clothing. So once I've indicated that I'll sell only men's clothing, these are my categories. I'll start to add these to the dashboard. The first one is jackets and coats. So I come to products and categories, then I add them here. So jackets and coats, then that's the name of the category. This area is a slug. This is, as the description below indicates, it is a URL friendly version of the name, and usually it is lowercase and contains only letters, numbers, and hyphens. So this is what adds up to your category to make it a full URL. So for example, the slug will be something that relates also to this. So that may be something like jackets, coats. Then scroll down and click on add new category. Then if you scroll up here, you see that it has been added to the categories. So do the same for all the remaining ones. For instance, the second one is jeans, and the slug will be the same thing, jeans. And one thing is that even if you type this in uppercase letters, the system will regenerate them in small letters, because that is how it's supposed to be. So you can just type it in a flexible way and click on add new category, and it gets added up. So do the same for all the remaining categories that you have. So having finished adding your categories, actually it is appropriate you have about 7 to 12 categories. You don't have to get so many product categories. If you have so many product categories, you may want to add others to some so that they will become subcategories. For instance, in the case of shirts, let's say that I have long sleeves and short sleeves. I can't add these as categories. Nothing will go wrong anyway, but it will be appropriate if I classify them in a better way, where I'll place these short sleeves and long sleeves under shirts. So in that case, I would have something like long sleeves, then under parent category, I'll choose shirts. Then I'll save it. Add new category. If I now go to shirts, I'll see long sleeves is indicated under shirts as a subcategory. So do the same thing. You have to critically analyze your website and the items that you want to sell in your store so that you know how to exactly classify them. So this is highly your sole discretion. We have to now use these product categories to create a menu like the vertical menu that we are seeing here, so that it becomes easier for your customers to navigate around and find products that are inside these categories. And we want to do this the easiest way. So what we have to do is that we have to use these product categories to create a new navigation menu and assign that menu here as a vertical menu so that it becomes the one that is located here. So how do we do it? We have to go to appearance and then we go to menus. I want to open this in a new tab because I'll be using these categories. So I have it here. So we have a lot of menus here. And we are going to create a new one because we have a new set of categories all together. So you go to the create a new menu. Click on that. You give your menu a name. The name should be something that is easy to identify. So once we are using product categories, we can name it as such as product categories. Create menu. Click on that one here. The next to do is to add items to the menu. So we are now going to add these product categories into our menu. So here we have various classifications of items on the website that we can use as part of our menu. For instance, the first part here is pages. We have posts, we have custom links, categories, and then WooCommerce endpoints. It means that if this particular menu will have pages, then it's very easy for us to click on pages and select those individual pages and add here. If the menu will have posts on a website or articles on a website, we just select them and add to menu. Or if it is post categories, then you can easily do the same thing. But in this case, product categories are not listed here so that you can easily have access to them and add to menu. Hence, we have to use custom links, in which case we are going to enter the full URL of the product category and then the name of the category. Then we add it to the menu. That's what we are going to achieve. So let's get started. So to get the URL of each category, we have to view that particular category. If you place the cursor on it and you go to view, you see that the URL of that particular category will appear. Let's open that in a new tab. Then you'll be able to see the full URL of it, so that we just copy it and then we go to our menus, paste the link here, and we can see clearly that this one is waistcoats. It means that the name of the category will be waistcoats. Then we click on add to menu. So we have one menu item here. We have to do the same thing for the remaining ones. The next is underwear. So we open in a new tab. So we can decide to open all of these new tabs so that we work on them one after another. So like I said before, to open a link in a new tab, you can easily right click on it and select open in a new tab. In this case, it is a view. It is the view command here that is enabling us to open the URL. So you can simply right click on the view and select open in new tab. Or if you are using Firefox browser, then you can just press Ctrl and then you click the URL, which is the view in this case, and it will be opened in a new tab for you. So now that we've opened everything, we will now be able to have access to their individual URLs so that we can use to add to our menu. Copy the link or the URL, move to the menus, paste it in the URL section, name the category, jumpers and cardigans, add to menu. So do the same for the rest of the categories that you have. When you finish adding all your product categories to your menu, you click on Save Menu. So the name of our menu we are going to use is Product Categories. So let's go to our home page and effect the changes. So let's refresh the page. So we want to change this whole thing here to our own. So you click on Edit with Elementor up here. So we are going to use the Elementor page builder to replace this area, this menu. So if you hover over it, you see that there is a pencil icon here and a note that we should edit vertical menu. So you click on that pencil tool. Then we can change this statement here, categories. Then you have another statement, view all, which is here. You may want to change it. Then we have vertical menu action link. Then here we are going to use the menu that we have created. So let's click on the drop down here and choose the one that we just created. We named it product categories. So let's select that, product categories, and we see that the changes have been made here. What we just did is what is displaying here. So you click on update. And with this view all option we see here, the one that is visible here, we can make this in such a way that when someone clicks on this view all link, it takes the person to the page where he sees all the categories of the products. So that is a general shop page for your website. Let's go and find the link that we will place here, so that when someone clicks on the view all, it takes the person to the general shop. Let's go to the dashboard. If you hover over the name of your website, you see visit site and you see visit store. So if you click on visit store, let's open that in a new tab. You will see that the URL of the shop is the address of the website /shop. And as you can see here, this page rightly displays all the products under all the categories that we have. So because the categories don't have products assigned to them, that is why we don't see those categories listed here. But as we are going to add various products and assign categories to them, when we come back to this shop page, we will see all the products under the various categories here. So let's copy this URL and go back to where we are editing our page. Then we paste it here and update it. So anytime you make changes with this page builder Elementor, you can preview the changes with this eye symbol that is here, preview changes. Or you can equally revisit your website, that is to re-enter your website address and open it to see the changes made. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. So we see our categories beautifully located here, and when we click on view all, it will take us to the shop. And here we have all the products and their categories as we add them here. But there is one thing that needs attention here. Unlike the home page where we have the vertical menu already there, located there, for any other page, if you hover over categories like this, you see that the old category that was there is still the one that is showing here. So there's one more thing to do. Let's get back to appearance from the dashboard and click on menus. Then you select your menu. This one, the menu that has been selected is the product categories. So you can select that, product categories. Once I've already selected it, if you've not done that and you want to reselect that, you just select the menu and click select. Then we have to assign this menu to a location so that it remains there. So the one we are going to assign to is the departments menu. As you can see here, departments menu. So you click on that and save menu here. So let's go back to our product page and see what will now happen, whether we've succeeded in doing it. So products page, let's refresh it. So let's hover over categories. So you see that now the changes have been applied and the category that we created is the one that is showing here. So now that we have added our product categories, the stage is set to start adding our products to the website. When it comes to adding our products to the website, we have options here. Either to edit the already existing products, these ones. Either to edit them, that is to change their image, their name, the price, their descriptions and their categories. Or we have the other option of deleting all these entirely so that we start to add our own products. So let's go for the latter. So to add products, you go to the products section on the dashboard and click on all products. We are going to delete all the existing products and add our own. So these are the products. To delete them, we click on this box to be able to check all the ones that are existing. Click on bulk actions, choose move to trash, and then click on apply. We still have others that are yet to be deleted, so let's repeat the process. Then for the third time, select the box again, click on bulk actions, move to trash. So instead of deleting them in bits as we did, we could have equally clicked on this screen options here. Then the items that are supposed to display per page are 20 items. So we can just increase this number to say 100. And once we click on apply, we'll be able to now see all the products and we can delete them at once. So how do you add products to your online store? Before we start to add products, there's one thing you have to do right now. Let's go to WooCommerce settings. So you go to WooCommerce and go to settings and click on settings. We are going to specify the currency in which our products will be sold. So as we get there, we have a whole lot of tabs here which we are going to delve into this particular settings area in another tutorial. We are going to delve deeper into the settings here as we make progress. But in the meantime, let's scroll down and change the currency that we have there. The default currency is United States dollars. So we will change it to the currency in which our customers will buy our products. In my case, it is Ghana cedis. So I'll choose Ghana cedi. So check with the currency in which you sell your products, your country, and then do it accordingly. So I change it and click on save changes. Then you can now start adding our products. How do you add products to your online store? What you have to do is to go to products, which is located on the dashboard here. Click on add new. So here we are going to add the name of the product and a description of the product, which is optional. Then we select a category that the product belongs to. We set prices, regular price and sale price. That is if we want to have a reduction in price, a discount. We can also have a short description of the product. Then we can choose the image of the product. And finally, if the product has other images or other versions of it, other colors or other features of that same product, then we can choose to add product gallery images so that customers can browse through the images to have a clearer view of the product. There are other data that we can add, but in the meantime, let's stick to these, and as we proceed, we would look at them too. So let's start by adding our products. My products are located here. I've created a folder which lists all my products with their images. So if I open my folder, I see all the product categories and at least 5 products and their names, which I would add. So if I go to jackets and coats, for instance, I have my products here. Then I'll start to add my products. So I go back to the dashboard and enter the name of the product. The descriptions are optional, but it is appropriate if you have descriptions of the items so that you are able to properly inform your customers about the product. Then the next step is to choose the category that this belongs to. And from my folder, it is clear that this product I want to add is under jackets and coats. So I go back there and select my category, jackets and coats. The next is to set prices. So the regular price is the normal price at which it is sold. So let's say the regular price is 300. Then sale price is 250. When we finish, we'll take a look at how this will be displayed. So there will be a discount which the system will automatically calculate to show your customers that you have reduced the prices. It's very important. Then we go to set product image. Click on that and you now choose your file, your image of that product. So I go to select files and navigate to where my products are located. So it takes me to the desktop and I click on products where my products are located, then jackets and coats. Then this is the first one that I want to use. So here I will be able to drop a file or click on select files, which will take me to the computer system to select my file. In this case, the file is the image of the product. So I go to select files and click on the image I want to use. Then I'll be able to set product image by clicking on the button here, set product image. Having done all these, I'll click on publish. So back to the product addition, the same procedure is what you are going to use to add all the other products to the website. The same procedure, go to products, click on add new, enter the name of the product, select a category of the product. This product belongs to the jeans category, so I'll add it as such. I'll just check the jeans category. I'll check that box, set my price, add my image. So I'll be taken to the media library to either drag and drop the file or to select it. So here I want to drag and drop the image. I open the folder and drag and drop it here. Then I click on set product image and finally publish. So I'm doing this to add all the products that I have. I'm adding all the products that you see in my folders here, one after another, so that we have a website, an online store with a complete set of products. At this point, I have finished uploading all my products. And so if you scroll down here, you'll be able to see all the products that you have added to your store. I have a total of 44 products classified under various categories, just as you can see here. And so having done this, having uploaded all my products and assigned them to specific categories, also having indicated their prices, let's take a look at the website. And we can do this by either refreshing the website using the reload button, or better still, we can open the website address in a new tab once again to just have a look at what has been done so far. Let's scroll down to see the products. So we can see that all our products have been added to the website and they've been placed under their specific or their corresponding categories. On the home page, the products have been further categorized into various sections. The first section is deals of the day. The other section is best rated products. We have new arrivals, best seller products. So you have to change this text to fit what we have here, as well as the other ones that continue here. So let's get started. We are going to modify the home page. We will tackle this slider later. So let's work on the other contents. The first we can see here are images of some categories. So we can edit this section by going back to our categories and uploading specific images for those individual categories. So for example, jackets and coats. We have to select a product that will represent this category. So let's go and do that for the other ones here as well. So we go back to our dashboard and go to products and then select categories. Click on that and we see all these categories here. So the first one we see here is uncategorized. Now before we edit the category image of jackets and coats and all the other ones we want to do so, let's do something about this uncategorized category. It is not the best to leave this category just like that. But interestingly, it is the default category. It is there so that if you forget to assign a particular category to a particular product, automatically the default one, which is uncategorized, is the one that will be applied. So we can just make another category the default one and delete the name uncategorized. So let's choose the next one, which is jackets and coats, and make that one the default category. We just hover over it and click on Make Default. Now we can see that this one is now the default category, making it possible for us to now delete the uncategorized category. So hovering over uncategorized, we can now see delete. Click on that to take it away. The next is to assign images for the various categories. So we have to do that by editing those categories. So let's start with jackets and coats. You click on edit and you see thumbnail here where we can upload or add a new image. So let's click on upload/add image, and the category we are going to assign the image to is jackets and coats. So let's just go through our media library and select a fitting one. Use image and update it by clicking on the update button here. So we can click on back to categories, or better still the one here, to get back and do the same for the remaining ones. At this point, I have finished adding all my images to the corresponding categories they belong. So if I take a look at my website and refresh it, I should have this. So we see the categories here, jackets and coats, jeans, and all the other categories here. They have their corresponding images of those categories. The same is true if you scroll down to the last part here, shop by categories. You see all the categories have been featured here and their corresponding images, plus the number of products that are in each category are also featured here. From this, it is clear that if you click on these individual categories, they send you to those category pages. So let's just try one of these. If I click on the first one, jackets and coats, it takes me to that category. where products in this category will be the only ones to show. And at this point, you can even filter the prices that should show. So you can see here that the maximum price is 300. So if I reduce this, it means that I'm now giving a different benchmark as the maximum price that should show if I click on filter. And this helps your store visitors to be able to quickly select product range in which they want to shop so that they can see your products in those prices and do their orders. Back to the home page. As said earlier, our goal now is to completely customize the home page. So we've started with this one. Let's move on to the next on the list, which is this row. This row, as we can see, has some icons and give some information to the customers. So let's click on Edit with Elementor and continue with our work. As usual, when we click on the pencil icon that is located on this section, you will be able to make changes to the content here. So let's do the same thing. Click on that. And then we have the items listed here one after another. Clearly, the item number 1 is the first one here. Item number 2 is the next one in the same order. So if you want to make changes to this one, you just click on item number 1 and we can change the information here. So we can see 100% payment on one line, then secured is on another line. And it is an HTML code that was used to bring this word down to the next line, which is the line break which was used in this regard. So if you want to change this text, you just make your changes to it and then you click on update. The changes will be effected. Then you move on to the next item, item number 2, and the text here is supports lots of payments. As usual, if you want to change this, you do that as well. So you do the same for all the remaining ones here. And if you want to get rid of a particular one, let's say that you want to delete this one entirely. This is item number 6. We just go to item number 6 and click on this close symbol here. Then we get rid of that. The next is the deals of the day section. And we click on the pencil tool here. You will be able to change the details here. So at first glance, we know it's clear that this section is showing products that are deals of the day. And this area, which is shortcode tags, if you click on this, you see there are various categories that you can choose from. And this one is featuring on sale products. On sale products are those that have their prices reduced. So if we scroll down, for instance, to these products, you see that the price has been reduced from 300 to 250. So it means that you can use this section to show all those products that have had their prices reduced or discounted. Hence, you choose on sale products as our shortcode tags. This place is the order. We are ordering by dates in descending order. So if you want to change this, you can change your own to ascending order. Then just ASC will be enough. In ascending order, we see how they've been arranged here. Back to descending. So these are going to be arranged according to the dates, whether the newest products, according to the time you uploaded them, should appear first, or the relatively older ones, according to the date you uploaded them, should be the one to display first. And the limit here is about the number of products that should show. We are limiting the products to 12. We want to show 6 slides at a go. So if you count these, you can see that there are 6 items on each row. So having determined how you want to set this up, click on Update. As usual, you can change the text here, the title, which is Deals of the Day. So you may choose anything that you prefer. But one thing I want to draw attention to is this text, View All. This is supposed to be a link. When we click on this link, where should it lead to? So probably we want to link to the whole shop where they can see all the products. In that case, we have to enter the link here. What is the link of our shop where all the products can be seen? It is our website address /shop. So let's see that. Enter your website address /shop. And this page features all the products in all categories. And here we can move to the next page. This is the second page, page 2, showing 17 to 32 products from 44 products. And we can also move to the next one, and as we add more products and as they increase, we can move on to other pages as well. So this is the page that showcases all your products, and the URL of this page is your website address /shop. Better still, you can go to the dashboard. If you hover over your website name, you see visit site and visit store, and visit store leads to your website address /shop. So back to the home page. It means that we can copy this URL and paste it here and update, so that by clicking on view all, it takes us to the general store. Next section is best rated products. Let's edit this section as well. Click on edit, and the title is here best rated products. So you may choose to change the title as you deem fit, and the text here, view all, also can be linked to a particular page. Or if you don't want this, you can just get rid of it by deleting the text. As usual, the shortcode tags here enables us to choose which classification of the products that we want to use in this section. And here we are using top rated products. So we see all of them here. Top rated products is the one we are showing. So if you don't want this section, you can delete the section, or if you want to replace this section with another section, let's say you want to replace this section with recent products or a product category or featured products, you can equally do same. So let's say that you want top rated products. Having chosen that, you can enter your order by ID, and then the order should also be here. So let's say you want to order by date, so type dates. And here we can choose whether it should be descending order or ascending order. You can equally enter that. If you leave this to default, the default settings will apply. Here is limit, where we can choose the number of products to show. The slide show and the slide to scroll numbers are equally here. As usual, play around it. Once you attain your desired result, you hit update. Moving to the next section, new arrivals. You click on edit, you can change the title, you can change the text here, the link here. Then what classification of products do we want to keep here? Do you want to maintain recent products? Then we do so, recent products. Order by dates in a descending order. This is yet another section that we have to edit or delete. We can feature some categories alone. Let's say we want to feature one category or 2 or 3 or any categories you want to feature here. So we can go there, edit products block, and here we have show categories tab, whether we should disable this or we should enable it. If you enable this, you see that these category names will appear. All the other category names will appear here, and this tab is the active one. Let's move downwards, and as we complete this, we will know what to enter in the tab title and also the title. By default, there is no category ID. So let's say that you want to enter some categories. Probably I want to feature jackets and waistcoats. So I go to my product categories, place my cursor on jackets and coats, and take note of its ID, which is 81. If you look down there, and the next one is waistcoats. I take note of its ID, which is 94. Then I'll have to come back to this section. Then I indicate the category IDs, in this case 81, comma, then 94. So as you can see here, it now displays all the products that are in these two categories. Having done this, I can now assign an appropriate title to this section. So suitably, I can type jackets and waistcoats here. That's what you see appearing here. This area, I can now type best jackets and waistcoats and click on update. we can equally show the number of products that should be shown here. In this case, we have 7, so we can increase it to which number that we think is okay for us. So we can either enable all these ones shown here, or we can disable them using this one here. And here, by default, it has been enabled, so we can choose to disable it or enable it. Moving to the next section. The next section is flash sales, and this is characteristic of many online stores. We want our customers to take action as soon as possible. So we bring this feature so that they should be able to take action within the stipulated time before the flash sales will end. So if we want to enable this feature, we can just edit according to how we want it, or if we don't want it, we can just click on this close sign here to delete the section entirely. So this is the title of this one, the flash sale. You can see that with the code here, which is an HTML code. This shows the number of hours within which the flash sales should be active, and this is plus 8 hours. So we can choose whichever time we want, whether 12 hours, 24 hours, or whatever amount of time we want to assign to this flash sale. And this is where we are going to select a particular classification of the products. So we can see here it is recent products, and this is not suitable. We want to show products that have their prices reduced. So appropriately, this one will have to be on sale products. We choose that one instead. And if we really want to use this feature on sale products and show flash sales, then we have to do something to these products we have indicated that they have been discounted in such a way that within a stipulated time, these prices that have been reduced will go back to their normal prices. So let's say that you want to make these prices available in only 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. What we have to do is to schedule those times on each of these products. Let's do this for one product. So we go to products or products. Then select those ones that have their prices reduced. So let's say you want to schedule this price so that at the end of the period, it will revert to the original price. Let's edit this. Click on edit and then move down to the product data where we have the regular price and the sale price. And at this point, we want to schedule the period within which this discounted price should be active. So click on schedule, then we are choosing from and to dates. Apparently the from date is when it should start being effective. So let's say we want this to be effective the next day, which is 20th July. It should end the same day, 20th July. In this case, it means that it's going to start from the very beginning of the day to the end of the day within 24 hours. Or if we want this in 48 hours, then of course we can change it to the next day, 21st. Having done this, we can now update our product. So this means that if we go back to our home page where we are editing our flash sales section, we can feature all of those sales products, and having indicated the time interval within which the sale price or the discounted prices should be effective, you can just leave it as such, and then when the time is over, these prices will go back to their originals. It means that we have to now indicate the time here as appropriate as possible. So if we choose 24 hours, then of course we should have 24 hours here. So having determined that, you can also select number of products that you are featuring, the number of rows, in which case we have 2 rows, number of slides per row, and slides to show. You can indicate all of these, and then you update to make the settings effective. And as said earlier, if we don't want this section, you can simply click on delete section here to get rid of it. The next section is where we have shop by categories. To have a clearer picture of this section, let's see our home page once again. So this is the section we have got to. This is shop by categories. And this section features all the product categories. And this is the same thing that we are seeing here. The same thing we are seeing at the shop by categories. And so if you think this is a needless repetition of the categories above, you can simply delete it. If you also, however, choose to keep them, then you can just leave it as it is. The next section here is the one that we have down here, which is our official brand. We have the title here, we have the various images that you can have their corresponding logos. So this one too is something that you have to use your own judgment to decide if you want to keep this or to get rid of them. So having done this, it means that we've customized a section of our homepage. Click on Update. We still have some other sections to edit. So let's see the changes effected. I suggest that at regular intervals you refresh your page in another tab to see the changes that you are applying to your website, so that if there is something that demands your attention, you can do it. You will also be able to track your progress as you move on. So this is what we have done so far. And apparently there are still some sections that require our attention. We have this section, the sliding section, where some products can be featured. We also have the footer section here to make changes to. And lastly, we have the header section also here. So let's modify these sections one after another. The next is to modify the sliding images here. And apparently this sliding image section adds an appealing quality to the website where people can at a glance find out some interesting things about the online store and what you have to offer. So how can we modify this section? We have to go to the dashboard and do it at the slider revolution. So we go to the dashboard and click on slider revolution. And scrolling down, we see our sliders available that we can make changes to. Recall that the home page we chose was Home version 3. So this is the slider for it, Home version 3 slider. So depending on the type of home page that you chose, you can have its corresponding slider here and make changes to. Other sliders are located on the second page, which you can also navigate to that place to check out those available. In any case, you can still change which type of slider is located here. When you activate your Elementor page builder, you can select a different slider, which you can also ultimately edit that slider at the slider revolution section here. So let's edit the Home version 3 slider. You click on Edit and the contents are loading. So we can see clearly that what we have here is just what is on the home page here. So we can easily modify it. It can be seen from this slider that it is made up of about 3 different elements. We have this section, which is the image of a product, and we have some text here to modify. Then also the last thing to modify is the background color. So let's start with the image. You can single click on the image and choose Media Library on the right hand side here, so that you'll be able to choose a different image to replace what is there. Or better still, you can just double click on the image and it will open the media library to select which image you want to feature on that slider. So looking through your products, you select a particular product that you want to keep there. So let's say that I want to keep this product up there. Then I can have some text at the right hand side here. Click on the text and you'll be able to find the content on the right hand side here so that you can modify. So let's say that I want to type something like up to 40% off. Then the next thing to also add probably will be shop now. The next text available is this. So if you have something else you wish to add, you can do so. Otherwise, you can simply get rid of it by right-clicking on it and selecting delete. So aside the fact that we would display this as a form of advertisement, we want our customers to take actions around these adverts. So they've seen that there is an item listed here which has been reduced. So most people would like to start shopping or start placing an order for this product right away. And we have to be able to make it easy for them to do so. Hence, we have to make all these areas clickable so that the moment they click on it, it will take them to the corresponding page where they can order this product. So it means that all these elements we can add links which can be clicked by them. So let's start with this test. So if you just click on the test, we see actions that are available on the right hand side here. And here we are going to choose actions. And specifically we are going to use simple link. So click on that, and this place will allow us to enter that link. That is the complete URL. For instance, we want people to buy this product or products that are in the same category as this one. Let's go back to our store, try to find this product. So it is this product that has been featured there. So let's open the link of this product in a new tab. And now you can see the link. You can just copy the whole link and paste it here. And leave all the other settings by default. Then we can save it. We can do the same for the picture itself, since some of them might click on the picture expecting it to open a link. So we can do the same thing for this. Add an action to it. Simple click. Enter the link here and save it. Another option we may choose is that having identified that this product, men's waistcoat, is under the category waistcoats, we can choose to feature the entire category so that when someone clicks on this area, it takes the person to the entire category. So whichever one we deem appropriate, we should do just that. So let's get back here, or we can equally go to slides and choose the second slide. This second slide apparently is the one that is here, second slide on the home page. So we do the same thing. We select a product, we change the text, add some call to action links to it, and we save it. So image first, double click on it. So here, apart from choosing a pre-existing image from the library, you can equally upload a new image by just dragging and dropping it here, or uploading by selecting the file here. So let's say that I already have that image and I want to add it. You click on the text and edit it, and here I can type something like men's shirts below $20, and I can add something like shop now. And the next thing to do is to add the links. I can decide to add it to only the shop now or the whole thing. So you click on that text you want to use. Having selected that as a layer, you go to actions, simple click, and enter your link URL. In the same way, for shirts, I can go to the shirt category here or the shirt category here and then find the link of that and use it there. Or specifically, I can feature only that shirt, in which case it is this one. So I can open this one, and once the link is generated, I can copy that link and paste it in there. Then I would save the changes. You can follow the same procedure for any other thing that you want to use. So having done all these modifications, let's have a look at our website and see whether the changes have been successful. So we go to the home page and we see our sliding images right here, and the other one is equally here. In fact, we can add as many sliders as we can. So let's see whether the actions are going to work. So if we click on this, is it going to lead us to the category we added through the link? Yes, it has led us there, indicating that we have succeeded in what we wanted to do. So follow the same procedure and customize your site beautifully just as you want it. We are making progress, and at this point we want to customize the header section here and the footer section here. So let's start from the header section. Now from the header section we have the top bar section and then the main header. So how do you modify the various sections that we have here? Whether to disable some parts or to modify them, you have to go to the dashboard and go to the themes settings. So this is the theme settings. Then we go to header. So we can customize everything pertaining to the header at this section. Let's start with the top bar. The top bar is the one that is located here, the very top here. And here we can either show it or hide it. And since the information on the top bar are almost the same that are on the header itself, we may choose to hide it or turn it off. In any case, if you think you can place some links here so that they lead to certain pages or certain product categories, you can choose to do that. So in my case, I want to disable the top bar. So I click on off and save changes. The next is whether to enable or disable the logo. And the logo plays an important role on every website, so we may leave it enabled. And there's an option here for us to either enable or disable the function that the website should show a separate logo for handheld devices or otherwise. So we can just leave it as it is to apply the default settings. And here we can choose various header styles that will be the header for the website. If we select a particular header here, whether header version 1, version 2, 3 or 4, then that will be the default header, so that whichever page at all that is visited on a website, that will be the one to show. However, even on the page levels, we can choose specific headers for them. For instance, we've selected that the header for this home page by default should be the header 1, but we can equally customize it and choose which one we deem appropriate. And as to whether we want to enable sticky header or disable it, by default, sticky header has been disabled. If we go to our website and we scroll down, you realize that the header is missing now as we scroll downwards. It's only visible when we scroll up. So if we enable sticky header here, save changes, and refresh our website, the sticky header will be applied. It works in a way that if we scroll down, wherever we scroll to, the header will be made stagnant. It will be sticky, as the name implies. So we can choose to either enable it or disable it per our own discretion. We can choose to leave these ones by default. The other section here is the middle here, the search bar that is located up here. And we see there's a placeholder here that, what are you looking for? That is the same information we have here. So we can insert a different text altogether. Something like search our website, search for our products, or anything at all that will prompt customers to do a search if they want to. We can type that here, and that's what will now be displayed in the middle here. There's also an option below this which enables users to see the products they are searching for in real time before they even finish searching for it. And that is the live search. Now it is off. So once it is off now, when someone tries to type something like shirts, until the person presses enter, no result will be shown. But what if the system can show results as the user types, so that he can even select those that show up before he even finishes and presses enter? We can enable that one here, enable live search. So you click on. Let's save changes and see how this works. So let's refresh our website so that the changes will be reflected. And now let's try to search for shirts. So as we start typing, we've just typed 2 letters, but you can see a whole lot of results that have appeared here. Apparently, this is just 2 letters SH, meaning that all these products have the letters SH in their product names. And it is very good because it enables your customers to be able to search the websites, the products available as quickly as possible. And if we complete the word shirts, you can see that all the shirts that are on the website will appear, so that the user can just select which one they are looking for, such as this one, and to have the products that they are looking for displayed for them. So that is the function of the live search. So we can choose to enable it, and it is a good idea to enable the live search. We can choose to leave all the other settings by default since they are really required. The next is to target the logo section, to upload a logo. And it is recommended that you get a logo from a professional graphic designer. But in this tutorial, we are going to use a temporary logo. So I'm going to use an online tool to create a logo, to remove the background of the logo, and to resize it to the dimension that is required by the theme. But how do I know the dimensions? If I attempt to upload a logo, the recommended dimensions will be shown. So I go to the dashboard, then Appearance, and go to Customize. To know the recommended dimensions, I go to Site Identity in attempt to upload a logo. Click on Select Logo, and it tells me that suggested image dimensions is 117 by 31 pixels. So I have to have a logo by this recommended dimensions. The online tool we are going to use to create the logo is Canva. So let's go to canva.com to create a temporary logo. Then you hover over Templates, and then you go to Business and click on Logo. Here are some logo templates that can be used. So I'll scroll down till I find a desired logo template that I can use. So I've spotted this one because of the shopping cart is going to be good for e-commerce websites. So I click on this to customize it with my website name. And since my website name is my store, I'll have the name too as such. Having attained the desired results, I download my logo. So I want to remove the background color from this logo. Open a new tab, and we are going to use a tool, an online tool called Remove Background, so that we can use that. So you can either drag and drop here or select the file. So by clicking on Upload, it takes me to where I can select that. So I select it, and it automatically removes the background for me. So the next is to download it. The last thing to do to the image is to resize the image. Go to resizeimage.net. So we have to upload the image you've downloaded right now. You have to crop this image. Click on Crop. Then here you have to remember the recommended dimension, which is 117 by 31. So we enter that 117 and 31. And then we click on Resize Image and download it. Now it is ready to be used in the website project. So let's go to where we were, Upload Files. Then you choose the logo you just resized, select. Since we've already entered the recommended dimensions, you can skip the cropping and click on Publish. If we refresh the website or reload it, we would see the logo. Let's now move to the footer section. The footer section starts from this area down to the very bottom. So let's customize it. Go to the dashboard, theme options, and then footer. So all those that we see here are those located here that you can modify one after another. So let's start with these icons. These are the names of the icons, and these are the corresponding statements or sentences under them, as we can see here. So the first one is a security icon, and the statement is 100% payment secured. Security icon here, 100% payment secured. So it's now up to our own discretion whether to leave these or to remove them. In the first place, we have almost the same icons up here. But as they are located at the footer section, it means that every page will have these contents. So if you choose to keep these, you can keep them. Whatever you can do here, you have to do that and apply it appropriately. 100% payment secured. You can just change it by entering your own text and all the rest here. If you think some of them should be removed, you can just click on the remove and remove the corresponding text as well. Then you save changes. And if you want to remove the entire section too, you remove them one after another and do it just as you deem appropriate. The next footer section is this one plus the social icons here. Let's go back and continue. So even the footer style can be changed. We have the default one, footer version 1, and we have version 2. So we can change it to which one we want. This logo here can be either shown or hidden using this option, show footer logo, off or on. If we select off, then of course it will be hidden. Then if we don't upload any logo, then the one we uploaded will be the one to be used. There is a text at the right hand side of the logo, easy and trusted online shop. So we can also edit that. The next is social footer icons, the ones here. And it is very good to leave these and to customize them with social media handles. So we can make changes to those ones at the widgets area, save changes. The next section is this area. Now these are various locations that have had items placed there. So this area can be managed using the widgets section or the widgets feature of WordPress. So widgets are small blocks of content that are placed at specific locations of the website for specific purposes. And so you can see here this section features some text and an email area where customers can enter their email addresses to join the newsletter. This is categories area, and these are yet other ones. So to modify this, we have to go to the dashboard. Then let's go to appearance, then widgets. And we want to modify the footer widgets. So we have footer column 1, which is the one in the first column here, up to footer column 4. And the first one is text, the second two is text. So let's say that we want to keep this text here, just as you can see at the column here, and leave some contact information such as a phone number or email address or both. Then we can just modify it and place our number there, then change the email address to, as well as the information down here, and save changes. The next is the newsletter, and this is a short code that helps to display the search form, as we can see down here. We can decide to keep it or to delete it. Footer column 2 shows product categories, and we can enable this. We can just leave it as it is. The next is footer column 3, customers area. And this one is supposed to be a menu, but there is no menu assigned to it. You can select a menu. You can choose to replace this with something else or to get rid of it entirely by deleting it. And the last one, footer column 4. We can also choose to replace this with something else or otherwise delete it. If you want to place something in these areas, these widget areas, these are the widgets, the various widgets that you can use. For example, this is an image. You can just drag and drop an image here and choose it from the media library. Then it will be shown at the specific footer column that we have placed. So you can go through and find out which one will be okay to place there. Now the last part is the payment gateway section down here, and then the copyright text at the very bottom. So let's go back to our theme options and go to footer. Scroll down, and we have the option of either enabling or disabling this section, the footer bottom bar. And then this is the footer payment icons. So the payment icons are the payment gateways here. where we can showcase to customers various payment methods that we accept or payment gateways that we accept on our store. And in that regard, we can just upload the various images of those payment gateways. So let's say that you accept Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. You can just keep them, delete the rest, or upload images of new payment gateways that you accept, such as mobile money and all that. The next section is the copyright test. So you can just modify it back to our website to refresh it and to see the changes done. So this is what we have accomplished so far. We have our headers, our logo, our vertical navigation menu, our sliding images here, our slider section, product categories, some icons with information, then products in different sections, such as deals of the day, best rated products, new arrivals, some products in 2 categories, flash sales section, and our footer section. We can also change the color of the website, the dominant color, the primary color, in which case we go back to the dashboard. Then at the theme options, we click on styling. And as you can see here, the main theme color is green. So we can change this to whichever color we desire. In my case, I'm choosing orange. Save changes, refresh website to see the changes. And this is the appearance of my website now. A completely new appearance. To make the website fully operational, there are some settings to configure. So we have to go to the dashboard and then to Woocommerce and then click on settings. So we are going to configure all these one after another: general settings, products, shipping, payments, accounts and privacy, emails, integration and advanced settings. So with the general settings, we have the address of our store and such options as these. Then our currency and all the related information down here. The next is products. We can leave the first one as by default. You realize that the shop page of our website is your website address /shop. So if you want to change that to a different page, you can do so. Having created the page, you can assign that page as your shop page. But you can leave this to apply the default settings, which is okay. Now there's one thing that I would like to draw attention to here, which is the add to cart behavior. Whether you want to redirect the cart page after successful addition of a product. So let's test how this works so that we can be better informed. So if we go to our shop, and let's say we want to add this product, add to cart. Once we click on add to cart, you see that you can just view the cart upon second click. If you click on view cart, it will take you now to the cart page where you can now check out or update or add number of quantities here. Now with this setting, it is going to automatically redirect the customer to the cart page the very moment the person adds a product to cart. Let's test this out and see how it works. So check this and update it, save changes. And let's refresh our page by going to the home page and selecting a sample product, adding to cart. And let's see what happens. So the moment you click on add to cart, automatically it redirects you to the cart page. So which of these options do you prefer? I prefer the previous option, with the reason being that someone would want to select 2 or more products before visiting the cart so that the person checks out. So if upon every product addition you redirect them to the cart page, then in essence you are forcing them to stop the shopping and check out, or to view their carts and to check out. So we can leave this option disabled. You don't want to redirect them. They have to visit the cart page when they deem appropriate to do so. So you may want to leave all these the way they are. Do you want to enable product reviews on a website? Yes, we want to. It really helps so that people can leave reviews to inform others of the products that are on the website. We can leave this one too as it is to show verified owner label on customer reviews. Do you also want to enable star rating on the reviews where they can rate whether 1 star, 2, 3 or 5 stars? And as to whether you want to make this mandatory for people to choose the number of stars they want to rate. So if you made any changes to this, then you have to save the changes before proceeding. The next is shipping. This area is going to help us to add shipping zones to our website. A shipping zone is a geographic region, as the definition is stated here, where a certain set of shipping methods are offered. So let's say that we want this country to have this payment method, or this particular area, this region, state or province of a country should have a set of shipping methods. And we are going to see all these shipping methods as we proceed. And Woocommerce is going to match the customer to a particular single zone on the basis of their shipping address, so that the shipping method in their zone will display to them when they are checking out. So let's make things practical to see exactly how this works. Let's go to add shipping zone. Shipping zone can be an entire country, a region, a state or province of a country, a town or city. So let's say that we want to use a particular country, let's say Ghana, and the shipping zone is the Greater Accra region of Ghana. So let's name our zone. Let's say that our zone name is Greater Accra region. It means that we will be able to select regions that are inside this zone. So we select from the drop down, and then we can add a shipping method to this zone. So if you click on add shipping method, we have about 3 shipping methods. We have flat rates, we have free shipping, and local pickup. So let's say that our store is located in Greater Accra region of Ghana. So we want to offer free shipping to all those in this area. So we select free shipping and click on add shipping method. We can add another shipping method, let's say local pickup, and add it to this zone. So what we have done here basically is that we have a zone named Greater Accra region, and we've selected a particular region that makes up this zone. So if we possibly had a zone that covers 2 or more regions, we would have been able to select more to add up to it. But because we have just one region, we chose that and added that to our zone. And then we've assigned shipping methods that will be applicable to this particular zone. It means that during checkout, when the customer enters their address and the website finds out that this location of the customer is inside of this zone, in other words, this chosen region, then these are the shipping methods that will show to such a customer. If the customer chooses a zone that is outside of this, then the shipping methods that are in that particular zone selected are those that will show. Having selected these shipping methods, we can now modify them accordingly. So for free shipping, we can modify this text so that it becomes something that we want to communicate with our customers or our buyers. So click on edit. The title is free shipping. And then we can also add a condition to this free shipping. These are some conditions that we can add. For instance, in addition to the fact that the person is in this zone and hence qualifies for free shipping, there are still some conditions the person may have to meet before qualifying for free shipping. And these are the conditions. The first is a valid free shipping coupon. So you can decide to give a coupon that will allow people to enjoy free shipping, or a minimum order amount. So maybe you can say that for this minimum amount you enjoy free shipping, or either a minimum amount or a coupon, or either a minimum amount and a coupon. So what this means is that Although you've given this zone free shipping, they should be able to meet certain requirements before enjoying the free shipping. And you can select which one you think you want to offer to your customers, and then you save changes, and that is what will be applied. If you just want to make it free shipping to that zone without any further conditions to be met, you just leave it as not available and then save changes. Then the next is local pickup, which you can equally edit, indicate whether it's taxable or not. So maybe it's not taxable, add your cost. You can even change the name of the local pickup here. Then having set the cost, you now save your changes. Another thing we can do is to go to the shipping options and determine whether we want to allow these features or to disable them. The first feature is, do you want to enable the shipping calculator on the cart page? Yes, we want to do so. Or possibly we want to hide shipping cost until the user enters their address. So you may choose which option you think will be appropriate for you and something that will resonate well with your customers. But basically, this option hides shipping costs, the cost of the shipping, until the address of the user has been entered. So if the user does not enter the address, no shipping cost will be displayed until they have done that. And then you have the shipping destination. Which address would you want to ship to? Which address do you want to indicate as shipping address? Is it the customer's default shipping address, or is it their billing address, or whichever one? By default, you have default to customer billing address. You can also choose this one if only you've allowed them to enter their shipping address different from their billing address. But to simplify things as much as possible, you can just leave this to default to customer billing address and save changes. So this is how shipping methods and shipping zones are done. The next is payments. What are the payment methods or payment gateways through which your customers can pay to the website? These are the default payment methods or gateways that come with the installation of Woocommerce. And as we are going to see soon, you can add other payment methods as we proceed. So which of these ones would you allow on your website? You enable them and then you set them up with your own payment instructions. So let's say that you want to allow direct bank transfer. Then you enable it and set it up. By setup, you have about 4 things to do. The title of the payment gateway, we've already enabled it here. The description. When the users get to the checkout page, they'll see all the payment methods aligned with their brief descriptions that show them what each method is about and as to whether they should choose one or choose the other. So this is a description of this payment gateway, direct bank transfer. And these are instructions that you want to add. Instructions such as do this payment, do that, use this as your reference, almost the same as what we have in the description here. And if it is bank transfer, then these are the details that your customers will need: account name, account number, bank name, and all the other related ones. Now, if you make changes and you want to really use this payment method, then as usual, you save changes. Then you go back using this arrow. The next payment method is check payments. If you wish to use check payments whereby customers will pay you offline, that is still something that you can enable, and then you can set it up with your own instructions. You would likely enable cash on delivery payment method so that the customers can pay with cash upon arrival of the products or upon delivery of the product. And you can set it up by enabling it in the first place and clicking on setup. Then here you have the title cash on delivery with a brief description such as pay with cash upon delivery. Then these are the instructions. And having done this, you can leave this empty. We have enable for shipping methods. That is, this method, cash on delivery. Should we assign this to only some specific payment methods? We can set it up or leave it blank so that it will be enabled for all the methods that are available. You can equally use this for offline payments such as mobile money in countries where mobile money is allowed. So you can equally set this up as mobile money, whereby you can have the description as pay with mobile money. And then the instructions, you can have an elaborate instruction such as pay your order amount to this particular number using your order ID as reference. You see, when visitors finish checking out, each transaction will be assigned order ID, and this will be sent to them as an email. And also on the final page of the checkout, they will see a summary of the transactions that they've done, and hence they will see the order ID. And so you can add to the instructions that they should use their order ID as payment reference. So this can be used as such. Cash on delivery or mobile money or any other payment method that is offline can equally be used here. Having done this, let's go to accounts and privacy to set it up as well. So we have to go through all these one after another and either enable or disable by checking the box or allowing it blank according to how we want actions to be taken on the part of the users of our website. So the first one is whether we want to allow customers to place orders without an account. And yes, we want to do this. We don't want to place needless restrictions on our users or customers, else we are going to lose sales. Allow customers to log into their existing account during checkout. So you may want to allow that. Allow them to create an account during checkout. You may want to allow, or to disable them according to your own discretion. So you have to go through all of these. And if you like how your website works in terms of these account pages, if you go through that and you like how it works currently, then there is no need to interfere with these settings. But if you want to add more settings, you can do this accordingly. So this is the privacy policy page or section. This section controls the display of the privacy policy of the website. Now, what's a privacy policy? A privacy policy is a statement that discloses ways you gather and uses the data of your website users. And the main purpose of privacy policies is to inform the users of your website exactly which personal data or info that is gathered by your website, how you are using such data, and how, most importantly, it is protected. So it is good to have such statements on the website to disclose to your users the motive behind your collection of their data, since they are going to fill forms to provide their details, and apparently you are going to use these details to deliver their products to them and provide services related to your store, and as long as your e-commerce website and their welfare is concerned. So it is good to disclose it for them to know. We have registration privacy policy. On the registration page of the website, you can display this privacy policy. Just something brief, so that when they click on this as a link, it takes them to the privacy policy page where you have an elaborate information about how their data is collected, protected, and used and all that. But this is just something brief to inform them. On the checkout page too, there is something similar to that. So you may want to customize this, or if you think this is appropriate, you may want to leave this just as it is. Then, having applied your changes, you save changes. The next is emails. Now, as users are creating accounts, as they are making orders, as you are processing their orders, there should be a form of communication between you and these customers. Some of these emails will be sent from your website to you yourself as the administrator, and some of them, most of them in fact, will be sent to the customers to inform them. So these are the various emails that are provided by Woocommerce, and this column shows who receives these particular emails. So recipients are shown here. And this is the column that includes buttons that you can use to manage every single email that will be sent. Let's go down here to make some general configurations. Your website name should be here, and then the email address that it is from should also be indicated clearly here. Then the footer section, you can have something that is about your brand. this is site title, so it will pick the default site title that you have here and place it. And then this is another information built with WooCommerce, so you can delete this whole section, or if you have a tagline, then you can add your tagline here. Then you can choose a color, the main color of the email, and then you save your changes. So this is the time to configure each email. Mostly these emails, the contents are fitting already for the purpose for which they are created. But if you want something custom, then you can manage each of these emails using the manage button on each email. For example, this is a new order. So when a new order is placed, and as we saw from the first one, the recipient here is you, the administrator. Now when someone makes a new order, how should you receive such an email? This is the default subject. Your site title will appear here, then new order, and then the order number or the order ID will be also part of the subject that will be sent to you as an email. There is an email heading also, then additional content is also equally here. So you can make changes, but if you wish, you can just leave this and that is fine. Go to the other list of email templates. When an order is cancelled, how should you receive such an email? When there is a failed order, when there is an order on hold, this one will be sent to your customer. So you see the recipient column here, this mail is sent to the customer. When an order is placed on hold by you or the store manager, how should the recipient receive this message? You can manage this too by clicking on manage. And then we see by default, the subject is your site title order has been received. So if your website name is online store, it will appear as your online store order has been received. Thank you for your order as the email heading. Then additional content is we look forward to fulfilling your order soon. And it's good to enable all these emails so that it enables an effective communication between you and your customers. The next is when order is being processed. Another one is when the order has been completed, when an order has been refunded. And all the other ones that you see here, customer note, reset password, when there is a new account created, how should the message be sent to the customer? So you can go through all these, and once again, as I said earlier, you can leave the default emails, which will work fine, unless you want something custom. Then you can edit them according to your own requirements. The next section, integration, I don't think we are going to use this feature for anything now. So we go to advanced settings. The first aspect of this advanced settings is page setup. Now we have various pages that are by default on the website, and they should be there mandatorily because every online store or e-commerce website should have a cart page, a checkout page, an account page where they'll be able to manage their orders. They can log in to have a personalized browsing experience. There should be a terms and conditions page, and all these are the pages that are assigned to these options. So you can leave these settings by default. This is secure checkout, and we may not want to worry so much about this feature because at the end of the website development, we are going to learn how we can force our entire website to load over HTTPS so that it will be so secure for your customers to still be able to provide their payment details without any leakage of data or credit card details if you collect such details from the website. You may choose to leave all these also by default, and as well as those down here. So basically we may not do anything at all on this page. But one thing that requires attention here is the terms and conditions page. The page is there, but we have to customize the text so that it will be something meaningful to our users to read. In that case, we would go to pages and then terms and conditions and set it up. We still have a few things to customize. One of these is the terms and conditions page, as well as the privacy policy page. So we can access these ones at the pages section of the dashboard. So you scroll down and find terms and conditions and privacy policy. So these are those pages. You just click on edit to make changes, include your own privacy policy. So I want to open this in a new tab to have a look at it. So as you open the privacy policy page, you have some already existing data that you can add up your own to. Especially you add those that pertain to your store, how you collect their personal data and all that. And you include that in the privacy policy. But you realize that most of them that you need here are already there. You can add those ones that are required at these headings. Then you have it completed. Then you publish it to make it live. Then the next page is the terms and conditions page, which you can equally edit to include your own terms and conditions that will guide your online store. The next pieces of information that we would want to modify on the website are those located on the account page and the cart page. So let's see those tests available. If you go to the cart page, you see that we have some information here, which is discount or promo code. Don't have any yet. Check out our discount programs. So this is an information that exists already on our website, which we would want to edit to include our own information. So to modify this piece of information, we have to go to the theme options on the dashboard. So we go to the theme option, click on shop. Then as you scroll down, you see all those down here. So you see this text that is available here is exactly what you see here. And the one here is what we see down here. So we may want to modify it. For instance, this one is an HTML code. So this is a link. We can include a link to a particular page. And if you see what this is talking about, the implication of this is that if someone visits the store and the person doesn't have a promo code to use, and you have a page that you have recent promo codes that are available, or you've listed out a program of promo codes, then you can direct the person to click on this link to visit that page and have a look at some of the codes that are available to be used. But if nothing like that exists on the website, then there is no need to keep this link here. Then what we may just do is to just ask that if they have a promo code, they should enter it here. So in that case, let's go back to the options. So it means we can delete all of this here, and then we can add something like, so this is discount or promo code, if any, so that it doesn't sound as if it were obligatory for them to enter a promo code before they can proceed to the checkout process. The next information to modify on the website is the My Account page. Now this is what appears when someone has not logged in and goes to the account page. Let's see how that is so that we modify that one too. Since I've already logged in as administrator, it means that when I go to the shop page or the account page, this page, my account, I will not see that information there because I've logged in. I'll see something different. All these are what I will see. But this information, once again, is visible only to those who have not logged in. I'm going to open the accounts page in a private tab where I would not log in, so that I'll see how this information displays and come to the dashboard to see exactly what to change and what to maintain. So there's a new private tab. What I see is register or sign in. If you hover over this, you see those two options here. If you are a returning customer, you sign in. If you don't have an account, then you register. So let's click on register, and this is the information we are going to modify. And this information is about giving the users the reason why they have to sign up. And signing up and logging in is really important because all these options listed here are really true. It helps to speed up the checking out process. It helps them to easily track their orders, to keep a record of all their purchases. If someone has some items in the store that he would want to purchase later, the person will be able to log in and add those items to their wish list. Wish list, as we know, is a list of desired items. And so in this case, when someone registers and logs in, then he or she will be able to have all these features enabled for them. they will be able to have a personalized browsing experience on the website. So it means that this information here is okay to include. However, we have to do some few modifications. So let's go back to our dashboard. So the title is sign up today and you'll be able to. So we may want to leave this. And it is saying that Toko buyer protection has covered you from click to delivery and all that. And so we may choose to get rid of that. And this is the heading for the benefits of registration. You can equally get rid of this since it is a mere repetition and keep only this information here. We can also add more. And then this one is the banner that we see here. This banner. So if we don't like this too, we may want to get rid of it. And then the icon too, we can delete it. But if we have some custom message that we want to keep there, we can equally leave it here. And save changes. So at this point, we've customized almost everything on the website to suit our own preferences. If there are still some areas that you want to modify, you can just go through the website, explore, and find those areas or sections and modify them accordingly. The last step is to add our domain name to our website. How do we do this? Check the description of the video. Below, get domain name. Click on that link, and here you can buy domain names at relatively cheaper prices. So enter the desired name of your website, search for it, and then buy it. You can now sign in to your account, go to domain list, and then identify the domain name that you want to use. In this case, I want to use this domain name for this website. So click on manage, then click on advanced DNS. Now there will be a communication between our domain name and our website so that our website will display the domain name. So to do that, you can delete the existing records here using this button and click on add new record. Select a record. Now for host, enter @ then for IP address, go to your Cloudways hosting account and then you see public IP at the application credentials. Similarly, you can go to servers, click on the server, and then you see public IP. You click on the same thing, go back to Namecheap domain, and then paste the IP address. Click on this symbol. The last one is to add a CNAME record. So click on add record here, go to CNAME record. At the host section, enter www. At the target section, enter your domain name. In this case, this is the domain name I'm using, and save changes. Let's go back to our Cloudways account. Go to applications, select the website you just created, and go to domain management. Enter your domain name here. Click on save changes. As we have updated the domain name, let's now open our website by entering the domain name. So the domain name has been successfully pointed to the website, but there is an issue here. You see that there's a warning here that the website is not secure. The connection is not secure. Let's work on this. Go to your Cloudways hosting account and click on SSL certificate. Now we are going to install this Let's Encrypt SSL certificate. Enter an email address and enter the domain name here. Click on install certificate. Now we have installed our SSL certificate. The next is to click on enable HTTPS. So click on that. Go back to your Cloudways account. Access details. Then you can see all the login details there. Now one thing you would have to do is to upgrade your account. You notice that we are using this free of charge, but the trial period ends in 3 days. So you would have to upgrade your account by adding your credit card details so that you will be billed at the end of every month, which is $10 per month. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. This channel is all about website design affiliate marketing, and generally how to make money online. So if you enjoy these topics, consider subscribing and smash the like button, as this helps the channel and for others to see this video as well. I'll see you in the next video.